Many of us have been robbed in the past, and normally the default setting in our minds is that we have to be secure in our homes, in our offices, in the car, everywhere. But sadly, the same doesn't apply to our online presence. You'll find that someone goes great lengths to make sure that the car is safe, the home is safe, the office is safe. But then when it comes to what they're doing online, it's the total opposite. Someone has the same password across all the accounts. Someone has no password to their phone. You log in from everywhere simply because it's your friend, it's your brother, or it is the other person. So all you do is to pick that device and you do your login from there. You don't even care whatsoever. Even if it is bank logins, social media logins, email logins, all of that stuff. There is no care that is taken to ensure that these logins are safe. For as long as you have a device to log in, you simply put your details there, and that is very unsafe. Normally, this happens because some people think, or actually believe, there is nothing for them to lose. And of course, the misconception that you can only lose something that is tangible. But well, that is wrong, very wrong. I'll give you a scenario. I am that kid in the family that knows IT things. So my Auntie Jane calls me to log into her email simply because she's probably busy somewhere and she can't get her phone, or probably to check these things using her own phone. So she calls me, the only kid in the family who knows IT. Log in with this password and check this email for me, or send me that one document that you find in the attachments. But then, that is the same password she's using to do almost every other thing online. So what will I do if I want to probably take her money or probably access any other thing that is private to her? So I now know the password simply because she shared it willingly. She was careless enough to share it with me. But then I know probably Auntie Jane has her cards added to PayPal or to Google Pay or wherever. So I use the same login, go somewhere to all these different platforms, log in and gain access. So a simple act of carelessness could actually get you in a lot of trouble. Now, keep in mind, Auntie Jane has surveillance cameras at her place. All the doors are locked with all these fancy things from these security companies. So there is that level of care that she takes for security at her place. Had she taken the same level of security on her online presence, this wouldn't happen. So in this video, we would like to explore the different ways you could be attacked, the different ways you could lose your security online, and we find solutions to them. Your password is the most crucial security entity that you have online. So this is something that you need to really keep very confidential just to you. Now, normally what happens, people randomly log into places, remember passwords on different devices. They have the same password for everything. And some passwords are so easy to even figure out, so easy to guess. So normally you'll find, because it's my husband, it's my wife, I'll simply put their name or my kid's birthday or something like that. That would mean that if someone is close to you, they could easily know that your firstborn's birth date could be your password. So there are ways that you could try to make sure that these passwords are kept safe. Number one, try not to remember passwords on all devices, regardless of whether it's yours or another person's device. Don't remember passwords on those devices. Secondly, try to think of random passwords for every account that you create online, and make sure at least there is a change, so that if one account is attacked, the same can't happen everywhere. Then also there is something called two-factor authentication, and most of the accounts right now, most social media accounts, bank logins, most of the sites online right now actually offer two-factor authentication. What this means is that you having the password is not enough. You need an extra thing that can allow access to that account. Now, if Auntie Jane, for instance, had set up two-factor on her Google, it would mean that if she shared the password with me, I would have to call her and she gives me the SMS that Google sent her to authenticate this login. So in the end, it would mean that even when I had her password, it wasn't sufficient. I would actually need to have another extra thing to be able to log in. So each time you sign up somewhere, go to the settings and try to make sure this place has two-factor authentication and set it up.
Secondly, it is highly important to be vigilant. Try as much to make sure that you make sense of something before you act on it. There are many times that people receive links on WhatsApp groups or via email, or the different sources where they can get this stuff. But if you're not very certain of what this link could be doing, please do not click, because there is a possibility this link could install something on your device which could potentially be to your detriment, and you won't even know that it would cause this to you. The other thing is about scenarios where you receive calls from telecom companies, and someone is telling you they're from this certain telecom and they're asking you to press X, Y, and Z for you to receive X, Y, and Z. But normally telecoms do not make such calls to customers, especially regarding mobile money or PIN change or anything regarding the security of your funds or your airtime or whatever. So there is need to make sure that you're very certain that whichever entity is trying to contact you, they are actually legitimate before you act on it. People have been robbed simply because one person took another person's phone, then they contacted the family and requested for funds for all sorts of reasons. But there is always a way you can ascertain that this information is true before you act on it. But the only way this can happen is by being vigilant. You take time and think about the scenario before you act on it. Additionally, there is never going to be a time that your bank is going to call you to change sensitive information about your account. For instance, if you have a Visa card with a bank and you're probably having issues with online payments or anything similar to that, there is no point that your bank is going to call and ask you for what your card number is, what the expiry is, and all those details. So should you be in a position where someone pauses as someone from the bank and they're asking you for these details, you need to be aware that there can never be a time the bank does anything of the sort, or even regarding PIN changes or anything of the kind. The bank can never do that. So if an entity made a call and asked you for such information, please do not respond. All the different online platforms that you sign up on, you will notice that there is always a point where you can change your password or reset your password. This functionality is put so that you as an individual, the account owner, can be able to make this change by yourself. So you basically determine that you're actually the rightful owner of this account before the password can be changed. So there can never be a point where the company running this platform will call you to ask you what your password is so that maybe they can help you reset it or anything regarding your security. It is why these platforms try to make sure that all this is in your hands and not them. So should you be in a scenario where you get an email from an online platform you signed up on and they're asking you to share anything sensitive about your account, simply disregard. Then also, when you go to places that provide wireless connectivity, say hotels, restaurants, social clubs, and the like, those different places that offer Wi-Fi hotspots for the customers to connect to, please ensure that you don't simply connect to the ID that you see that has the name of the institution. You could ask a waiter or whoever is attending to you to show you which one is the actual connection point you should be trying to get a password for, and you connect. Otherwise, there are malicious individuals who sit around these places and they create other connections similar to the one that you're probably used to. So if you don't pay attention, you could easily connect to a different hotspot, probably because it says it is free. So without even noticing, you connect to something else, and this could be a gateway to someone gaining access to your devices and later actually hacking your device. We really hope that the few tips we've shared with you will go a long way in helping you secure your devices and your online presence. Please don't be like Auntie Jen. Please don't be the kind that will keep everything safe, your car, your house, your office, and then every other thing that you do digitally is unsafe. Limit access to your devices. Keep your passwords safe. In a scenario where you have access to two-factor authentication, please use it. Remember to not have the same password for everything, and you will be safe.